Hi guys, it's me again, and today I'm bringing EDF, and it's basically a new mod or a v2 if you think about it. You can also, oh god, this is gonna be such a long video, guys. Have no idea, okay? But EDF 1.2, basically now you have a lot of more freedom to do the stuff that you want, and also for like, how can I say that? You can do even more to filters, a lot of things that rebuild. It's such a okay. Another thing that I want to say here is that I have no idea when this video gonna be released. So maybe some mods that I'm showing are not released yet, or maybe it is released, but it is on the beta, and you can access the beta on Patreon as always. And so what happened? Okay, there you go. Basically, a little bit of context. EDF got changed for JSON file, a lot of boring stuff, to SQL, and it's a lot faster. It is you can do much bigger stuff now. It's easier to export and stuff like that. And what I mean by bigger stuff, I mean like you can do 1,000 rules, 2,000 rules, nested rules, and a lot of other stuff. I'm gonna showcase some examples so you guys can have some fun with, and also what's gonna happen. So yeah, EDF. So just open SKS menu, go EDF, and go rule manage. What we have here? We have package with basically a folder where you go put your rules, okay? And if you already are using EDF before this version, you're gonna have your rules on local rules, which are basically it's kind of a fallback to change for the JSON for the new type of save, okay? So let's just do the normal stuff. Just a little bit before, let me just, yeah, already. And I think it's fine here, it's fine. So we're gonna create a test. We create the test package right now, and then we go for rules, okay? New rule, create a rule, one, create it, and we have all the stuff that we already have on EDF, which are the requirement level of the NPC, the targets, the blacklist, the preview affected. Keep in mind that the preview affected, it is not all the ones that gonna be affected, because EDF different from speed, and I don't remember how speed does. I remember that it does by uh TAS NPC, and EDF does by actors, so it has a lot more stuff happening on the world. It's more world based than NPC itself. I'm gonna show it why and how. So the preview affected won't count location, won't count cell, won't count any of those things. So you have to keep that in mind, okay? We also have exclusive groups, as it was before, manage groups too. So what happened is, when you will manage targets, it's gonna be like this. And what we have here, we have target by gender, body, age, if you're gonna require all the filters or not, combat style, and follow status. So the target filter and active value are gonna show more later, but what I keep here is that if you go into do a manage target and you leave like this, and you also leave the manage blacklist like this, what's gonna happen is this rule gonna apply to every single NPC, like you can see here. Like it's gonna apply to every single one of the NPCs. because it doesn't have any filter, so it's gonna apply on everything. And that's why we have the filters, we have the targets, and what we can do with. Okay, I'm gonna showcase every single one here, and I'm gonna showcase some cases. So gender, you have male, female, or all. Body, you have both, only humanoids, only non-humanoids. Age, you have both, only children, only non-children. Okay. Combat state, you have both, and in combat, out combat. So you can have rules that are only apply when it's combat or search for combat, and also outside of combat. Follow status, you have follow, active follows only, and exclude active follows, and also any actor. So that's always what it means is, if you want to a rule to only uh, get followers, so the player follows and affect those, you can use as active follow only. Okay, if you want to the inverse, a rule that affect all the NPCs except the the follow ones, active ones that the player is using, use as exclude active followers. Okay, so for create a rule that change based on location, which for me is the one that is the the best one. At least for me, it's the one that I like the most. So to make that, let me just remove this real quick. We're gonna go for the sleep gianting. And why we're gonna go there? Because I'm gonna show how the rules is treated on a place that it's easier to see. Okay, so for example, here we have Ordinary, and we also have Lydia, and so on. So if we go on target, add new filter, and go for cell, you can also filter here, but I'm just gonna do for cell and all, it doesn't matter. And I do sleep cell here. It's everything like this. Sleep gianting here. So right now, what this rule does, it is targeting every single one that is on this cell, which are sleep gianting. And if you can do a preview, you can see that it's gonna show nothing because, like I said, it is a rule that it is managed by the state of the world. So if an NPC is there or not, is what gonna be target or not. Okay, so I target all the NPCs that are on sleeping giant in, and the ones that going to enter. And with that, what I want to do is just to showcase before. If we click here and you go on spells, you can see that he doesn't have any spells. Okay, and we go manage group, create a new group. Groups is still the same, so you have activation chance for the role of the group. Also exclusive picks, so we're just gonna pick one of the reward that you put on the group. Okay, so you go manage rewards, and let's say you set a spell, and you set let's say poison bolt. I'll poison bolt. Yeah. So poison bolt, and we have here some things that you need to understand, which are persistent and mode. Okay. Persistent, it means what? What persistent does is that if the rule got activated on the NPC and persistent it is enabled, it means that when this rule is invalid or for some reason got changed and so on, what the persistent do is it's still gonna have the rewards. What do you mean by that? It means like when the rule is applied, the NPC gonna receive that, and if the rule got removed or update, the NPC is still gonna have the reward because it is a persistent. One of those examples, it is if I'm gonna showcase with leader, which is the easiest one. If an NPC enters Sleep Giant and then you have persistent one, this rule like Poison Bolt with Teach, which is standard, it's gonna learn that spell forever. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. If persistent is disabled for this reward, when the NPC enter the Sleep Giant, it's gonna receive the spell, but when it leaves, the spell also gonna be removed for here. So it will not have the spell anymore, basically that. For the player, it's a bit different. Basically, everything it is persistent for the player for spells and perks because you don't want really like maybe when this is released, I added non-persistent for the player, but it added a layer of complexity that really doesn't need to be. Okay. So right now, Poison Bolt chance 100%, so it's gonna give it persistent and standards. The standards on the spell case, it is Teach. The special, it is Cast or Apply, and the both is both. So Cast or Apply, it means every single one that it is inside the location that I set here, which is Sleep Giant, gonna cast that spell. And every single one that entered also gonna apply that spell. On persistent, it's gonna happen once. If you remove the persistent, it's gonna trigger every time that he enter and leave. So if you enter once, gonna trigger, leave it, it's gonna dispel the spell if it has an effect or something like that. And then when enter again, it's gonna trigger again. So I'm gonna just let for Teach, persist. And if you want to remove the player, you go on blacklist, add filter, and select prisoner, which is the player, okay? But on this case, I'm gonna let the player receive. And then what's gonna happen is when I save, the rule gonna be applied for the giant. And just showcase here. Now, it doesn't have this. Oh God, what I did wrong? Let me see it again. Here, spells, healing. I think it is the spell. I think this spell, it can't not be Teach. Let me just add it on another one. Poison Bolt. Let me try it again. And apply it. Because yeah, now it's done right. Okay. So every single one got applied. Right? It was just a little mistake that I did. But you can see you have all those 3 spells. Here you also have all the 3 spells. Okay. And if I go, for me, I also have the 3 spells. I also have those. If I add a new one, let's say I want to do an item. Let me just do an item, okay? Let me do weapon. I'm gonna do great sword. Great swords. Let me do weapon. Great sword could be this one. And save. So you can see it got on my inventory, but it also got on the inventory for here. So you can see not hero great sword. And why is that important? Because you can do stuff like make some locations for NPCs when it enter, it receive or use a specify one type of armor or weapon and so on. What I mean by that is, for example, if you want every single one in Sleep Giant receive a hood, let's say, let me just get it here, for example, manage group, this group is like this, but let's say I create a new group, and this group gonna be hood, and it's gonna be an exclusive group. What it means is it's only gonna pick one of those rewards, and I do, let me see if I had hood here. I think it's armor hood. Okay, so we have some hoods, and then we do, let's do this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, we have the chance here and the persistence, and we also the mode. What is the mode for armor? Armor and outfit. I don't remember if it's, yeah, armor outfit. There is something other one that I was forgetting. What is does here? It means that if the NPC on normal, it is out of combat and sleep, it's gonna use the outfit. The on this case, it's gonna keep the hood. But you also can make to only be equipped on sleep or in combat. Okay. And just to showcase persist, I'm gonna remove here. And gonna change the chains. Let's see here. There is 5. Okay, so it's 20. It's 20 on each. Let me just do 20 on each. Back. And what we have here. Here, right now, we have an exclusive group that has 100% of chains activated, so it's gonna activate it. And it's gonna give each one of the NPCs that are inside the Sleep Giant one of those hoods or robs or whatever. So each one have 20%, not each NPC, but each of those reward have 20% of chance to be the one chosen. So NPCs won't have the same. It's gonna be a roll for each one of the NPCs. And what happened is, remember that the player have also, it is here. So it's gonna also be added for the inventory for the player. So if I save, you can see that got added, but you also can see that, where did you? It also got equipped. So you can see it, everyone got equipped with 1, and even Lydia. And now is the thing that I want to show. I also got mine because I am on the list, I am on the rule. So what happened is, if I go outside, and the idea is Lydia gonna remove. Why? Because, like I said before, even if I go on her inventory, oh god, I forgot about this. I really forgot about this. Just a sec. Oh my god. I really, really forgot about this. It is, let me, yeah, trade. You can see that she doesn't have anymore the wood, but as soon as we enter Sleep Gianting, she gonna receive again, and I also gonna receive again. Why? Because it is a non-persistent rule. That was I said. You can see here got changed because it got removed. So that's what's happening. Oh yeah, as already it is here. I forgot about it. So it is doing for the player too. Okay, sorry about that. It just so many stuff that already changed and got changed and fixed that it's fine. So you can see she got again the hood, and on the inventory, let me just get it here. So I can remove for her, I can get it. And one interesting thing gonna happen. Because I removed for her, so I took it for me, what's gonna happen is, if I use it for Skyrim and he enter the Sleep Gianting, what's gonna happen is Lydia won't receive the hood again. And why? The why is really simple. She won't receive it again because since the player, it is what can change the world around, can move things and so on. The rules was already applied to her. So EDF knows that it got to apply it and the item got removed for her. So that means that she already has applied it. Because she lost the item, got loot, it won't receive it again. That's what's happened. And it is a way that EDF stop farm and stop give the items over and over again. So it knows, it is intelligent enough to know if the item got applied and someone took it, especially if it's the player. The player is the one that really has the power for that, okay? So, give more context about other stuff. What you can do with that? So, with persistent and non-persistent, and together with a lot of other things that you have on EDF, gonna allow it to do something like you do exclude the hood, for example, and then let's say you go manage target, you select followers and only active followers, and you can give a buff for a follower when it reached the level 15, or when it reach level 15, and this rule is only gonna apply it if the follower doesn't have a certain perk and something like that. So you select and select the perk, and then you have it. So a follower that enters Sleep Giant Inn is level 15 and doesn't have well fitting perk gonna receive this rule. That's what's gonna happen. And which is the cool thing about this? It is if you do a managed group like this, for example, that has non-persistent ones. Let's say you did one for level 15, and then you said, oh, I want to improve when you're going for level 16. You do the same thing and do a little bit of a manage, that is, don't only give the hood, but also give a perk or something that allow you to know if the rule before gonna be invalid or not. So for example here, let's say now it's the stuff that is going, you're gonna see. So active value, what we have with active value, when you go and click active value, you have all the games active value ones that we have, but you also can use custom ones just right here. So what happened is, let's say you create a rule for health that is the maximum health, okay? And for each NPCs that has health more or equal to 100 is gonna be applied on this rule. So you can use it for how your followers progress. And for example, let's say you add it like this, but you also add a manage blacklist, the same thing, health, but instead of doing equal or more, you do equal or less. Okay, you can also do between, it's not a problem. Between you can do like 0 and 9, for example, it's fine. And what means is if it is between 0 and 9 and 19, the NPC has that amount of maximum health, it won't receive what this rule give. Only the ones that are followers have 100 or more health, and there is a slime gene is gonna be applied for this. So you have all this nested and complex stuff that you can do, and also create, for example, a place, a location, or a dungeon, or even other stuff that allow you to do effects. So if a location and you want to, let's say, a lava location, and every single one NPC that got there and doesn't have a certain perk gonna have the buff for the lava, for the heat, and something like that. So you can have that stuff. Another stuff that I really want to show, it is the sleeping one. the sleep, how sleep affect. Let me see if she's here. She's not here. Where are she? Which is how the armor and stuff are applied for the ones. Oh, she is here. Okay. How it's gonna be applied? So I gonna continue on this group. I'm just gonna remove the stuff that's not more needed. Like this. I'm just gonna remove the health one. Select any actor. Change for level 1. And I'm gonna do is a new group. Manage. And I'm gonna do gonna be outfit, gonna do outfit. And let's see, I'm gonna do expert. So here, if I select sleep and remove normal, this outfit gonna be only be applied when the actors on oh yeah, there is something that I forgot to say. EDF is smart enough to know when the rule got updated and what got removed or not. And if you do update on the rule, it gonna see what got applied and so on, and it's gonna update. For example, there you saw that it has the hood and stuff, and it was not persistent. And because it was not persistent and the rule got updated, it removes all those items and gives how the rules is right now. So if you have a mod list or something that you need constant balance, if you update a rule of non-persistent items or with persistent items and stuff that didn't got saved yet on this, or the MC didn't got encounter yet, when the rule got update, it's gonna use the update version of the rule. So you have a lot easier to make balance and stuff with non-persistence for mod lists, for your playthrough. You have a lot more freedom to change stuff without be baked in the save. If you save, gonna be baked, yes. But if it is on non-persistent, then it's fine. You can update rules, because if you do persistent, what's gonna happen is she's still gonna have the item. So you can see there, she still has the sword. Let me grab here. The hero great sword, because it was a persistent item. But the other ones that was the hood got removed. You can even see here. Only the one that got here was the one that I took it for Lydia. Okay? So keep going. What's gonna happen is what I said. Let me just grab it here. Anyone that's gonna sleep on Sleep Giant gonna use this outfit. So what you're gonna see, let me just see the hour. Oh my god, that's gonna take a little bit of time. What's gonna happen is when you go to sleep, it's gonna use that outfit, but it doesn't need to be the outfit. You can put armor and other stuff. And it is the same thing for combat. So the NPC can have 3 types of outfits or armor or whatever you want to say it by it. So you can see here, she got the sleep outfit, which I set was this. And if she woke up, it's gonna change for the normal outfit of her, which is this one. See it? And if she had a combat one, so it's a good example. It's already a fight there. If I add a combat one, let's say outfit, and add it. Let's say this one as combat one. Okay. It is persistent, so keep in mind, it is persistent, still gonna be with her. But if you don't want, you just remove persistence, and it is easier to balance, and so on and so on. So save it again. And if we go see her, where it is, here, you can see that the outfit that she's using, it is the one that we got for combat. which the expert one. Let me just, she's finished, so it got changed again for the outfit, the normal outfit of her. So if she's gonna sleep, it's gonna use the sleep outfit. If she's doing the normal activity outside of combat, gonna use the default outfit. It is the one that you are looking at, and that's it's not only for her, but for every single one that is inside the cell of Sleep Giant. You can also have a lot of other stuff. Like I said, you have the new ones that are faction her. You have, I don't remember how many, but it was a long ones. You have voice type, class, location, skin, inventory item, inventory count, gold, occupied, and hair. Yeah, you can do it with hair, facial hair, and other head parts like eyes, scar, eyebrows. So you can have, for example, NPCs that use a certain hair. It's gonna make those to, let's say, every single one that use BG hair, you want to have a certain armor or a certain chance of armor. You can do that. You have the freedom to do that now. And I think this is what we have now. So we have a lot more power, a lot more freedom. You can do a lot more stuff, and it is faster. It is better. Uh, for me it is really good. I really like. Another thing that I want to say it is, if you delete a rule or you delete active package, it's fine. It's gonna do for the undo, and you can undo the delete rule. It's gonna delete the rule and only gonna happen if you save, but you don't have undo yet, or maybe you have already. I don't know when it's gonna launch. Okay. So another other things that you have, the NPC database still the same. The export one got better. You have the export by the package, so you can export like 3, 4, 10 packages if you have. Okay, and you can select which one of the rules you want for those package. You also have the speed to EDF. So if you want to change for speed to EDF, keep in mind that you're only gonna cover the speed to EDF that makes sense, that can be done. It won't look into the really nested ones that speed has. And EDF doesn't cover all the things that speed cover too. EDF has its own purpose, his own idea. It drink a lot of the for the font that speed is, and I'm really grateful for Power of 3 because it helps a lot. But you have a lot of stuff that you can do, and it's basically that. One of the things that you don't need to be preoccupied if, oh, I use NPC stat editor. I use NPC visual editor to edit my NPCs. So the head parts are different and the stats are different and so on and so on. It's fine. EDF is gonna obey those. So if you use visual editor to edit your NPCs, you're gonna be fine. The head part is gonna be counted at once that you are using by the NVE, the same as the stats editor. So you are good. It's no problem. Another thing, there are some cases that I might forgot, but I really wanted to show the best cases for me that I like more EDF. That was the location one, which is the most fun one for me. For me, it's the most fun one. Okay. And one of the things that I want just to showcase a little bit is just the apply spell for the final. Okay. So the apply spell, oh god, this is gonna be a mess. If I set Ice Spear special, I'm gonna do non-persistent one, okay? So every single one that is here is gonna cast a spell, okay? Here you go. It got cast, see? And what's gonna happen? When we go out, let's go out, and we enter again, because how about I said before, it's non-persistent one. It's gonna be trigger every time. Trigger again. See it? So keep that in mind. Okay? This is EDF 1.2. We have a lot of freedom for stuff that you want to do. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's have fun. It's been a long video. You guys don't have any idea how much I have to remake this video. Oh my god, you guys have no idea. But I don't know which mods got released right now. EDF it is on this state. I hope you guys can have some fun with it. I really enjoy it how it is, how I can do like on jar or all the stuff, have some different effects, a buff, a debuff, or manage easily to roll a certain type of outfit and stuff like that. So I really hope you guys enjoy it, have fun. If you do not enjoy it, it's fine too. It's fine. But I think it's gonna be great for the ones that are looking to easily manage the stuff because it is game. You can see changing, you can have the fun. And if you are testing the stuff, if you are doing like I'm doing here, always keep it to remember to do not save this. Do not, what I mean by do not save this. Not go and save this file. Just save the EDF rules, go outside and go outside, I mean close the game or reload the save. Because then the only rule that's gonna be applied gonna be the ones that are saved. So all that process that we did for changing, testing and stuff won't be baked on the save. And if you also want to clear the rule version, it's better just to copy the rule or something like that. I still do not added some way to clear the user of the rule because I don't think it's needed. Since you have 100 and it's good for testing, you kinda are not so for the rule gonna suppress 100 if you do a lot of stuff for testing. But what you can do is when you finish your test, you can create a new one with the final one that you test and finish. But I probably already thinking and something to fix that or not. I think it's fine. It's fine, guys. Okay, so that's it. EDF 1.2. Have fun with. I did not show every single one of the cases, but you guys can go and test it out. One of the examples that you guys can test it out, it is the inventory item. So you have inventory item and you can just click, and if you have this item inventory, it's gonna be applied on the rule. You also have inventory count, which is basically the same. You just click it and you put the amount. So if you have five of those, it's gonna be there. The not found is fine. It's okay. It's happened sometimes. And that's basically it. You have a lot of other stuff like faction hacking and stuff like that. And go find, go test, and have fun. That's the thing. That's the thing. I really hope you guys enjoy it. I said that again, and the video is already long enough. But that's it. See ya.